Welcome to Gen Z Hoops, the Gen Z basketball, coaching, and sports business show.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Gen Z Hoops podcast. Very special guest today. Today, I'm joined by the co-host of the Club 520 podcast, B Hen. B Hen, how you doing today, man?
What's up, Ash? How we doing, man? I'm good. What's happening?
I'm good, man. Just trying to enjoy my spring break a little bit. Thank you so much for this opportunity, man. It means a lot to me.
Nah, man, I told you before we hopped on, man, like any way I can help, you know what I mean? Help big up your platform and make it grow. I'm with you. I got you.
I appreciate that, my guy. So let's jump into our little conversation here. Can you talk a little about your connection to the game of basketball?
Well, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, the capital of Indianapolis. We not just a farm country town. This is an actual city for real. And we eat, sleep, shit basketball here, man. Like for real. Like I know New York, you know what I mean? I know you're from NY, out of Mecca, but like we really, it comes from here. The game of basketball was started in Indiana. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We got the playgrounds, man, the blacktop. Come on, man.
I mean, yeah, I do, but we actually built the hoop, created the hoop. Like all that comes from literally my state. So I respect why I love NY, point guard capital for sure. But yeah, man, that's just I fell in love with it just off of just being around it all the time in my neighborhood and stuff. So yeah, it's natural.
So growing up, was there ever like a role model or a predominant figure in your life? Like I had LeBron James, like growing up, I wanted to be like LeBron or anything like that and play like LeBron. Was there ever like that big figure for you growing up?
So far on the sports side, I mean, we all love Jordan.
Right.
You know, I'm growing up. I'm clearly I'm way older than you, but yeah, I grew up watching Jordan. LeBron made it to the NBA when I was a sophomore in high school, so that was big. But he's also a iconic figure for sure. But me growing up, like KG, Jordan, Ray Allen, like players like that is who we like, looked up to. Because Ray Allen he got game and everybody.
Yeah. I got that jersey. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that was like a big deal. If you had that Lincoln throwback, like
I got the blue one, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? That's iconic. So stuff like that is what we really looked up to, and those type of players. So yeah.
The crazy thing though, nowadays, like I wear that's like a party or something like that. Everyone's like, "Who's Jesus Shuttlesworth?" I'm like, "Who's Jesus Shuttlesworth?"
See, you ahead of your time. You ahead of your time. You know what I mean? The youngsters don't know nothing about throwback jerseys. How old are you at?
Oh, I'm 20.
Yeah, see, I don't even understand the nostalgia behind throwback jerseys for real and what that really meant for real. Like that was a big deal with us growing up, man. So yeah, that's dope to even see you embracing that.
Yeah, I'm lucky I have like a big like hoop junkie mom of mine who like showed me the game, like loves all like those old movies like my Coach Carter, He Got Game. Like she showed me all those young age, loving basketball. Showed me
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was watching an episode of you guys yesterday when you were talking about like best players of each franchise, and you brought up like with a Jokic jersey like 15 years down the line, like that's not swaggy at all. You were saying like
It's not, bro, because I love Joker, bro. Love it. Best player in the game, easily to me, game. But just I don't know what it'll take or who it'll take, but just jerseys. People, like I said, our age gap is huge between me and you. I'm 37, so people were wearing jerseys to parties, bro.
Yeah.
Like legit parties in the clubs and stuff when I was coming up. Like jerseys was a big deal. Like a Joker jersey back then would have probably went up. You know what I'm saying? But now, kind of like if you got it, cool. But if you don't, like I don't think you're gonna stay with a girl and you're gonna have to put a Joker jersey on. You think that's
I
like
don't know about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not a vibe. That's all I was telling people. Like I'm not hating. It's just not a vibe on the court.
No, I agreed with you though. In that episode, I think you said like the 15 Carmelo jersey. Now that's drip right there, is what you were saying.
Yeah, like because that's a real like I don't know. It's just when Carmelo wore the jerseys or wore that jersey, jerseys meant something back then. If you got a Vince Carter Raptors jersey, that 15 meant something different to, you know what I mean, my age group growing up. We're going to throw that Vince Carter jersey on with some Raptor 7s or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that makes sense.
I got my favorite retro jersey that I have right now. I got the Allen Iverson Sixers one, that black one. I used to wear that all the time to school when I was in like middle school and stuff.
Yeah, bro, that's fire. That's fire. See, shout out to your mom because she's tapped in. And you know what I mean? She raised you to like, hey, I want you to understand like where this love is coming from. These jerseys really
Yeah,
meant something.
exactly. I
Yeah.
think I think on the show that day you were also talking about like more foreign players and how like it's not really that like drippy to have foreign play because it costs so much money. Like a Petrovic jersey, I think you guys were talking about. It's
Yes, bro.
that's not a local champs either. You can't find that at your local
That's what I tell them. They like, well, what, people got to pay. I said, you know how much that jersey
champs.
costs? It's not a regular jersey. Like, people was wearing like Dirk Nowitzki throwback to like, or like when he first got into the league, them jerseys, people was wearing those. But outside of Dirk, like nobody was wearing no foreign. I don't even know who was popping as a foreigner when we was coming up watching basketball for real. Like Peck is even really before our time for real. That's like Vernon Maxwell and
Peja,
them.
Stojakovic, he was popping
No,
back.
I mean Peja. I give you Peja. DJ got a Peja jersey. I give you Peja, but I'm saying you have to really sit and think. Is what I'm saying. It's not natural for you to run off.
Tony Kukoc.
Yeah, but it's cool, bro. It's cool. But Tony Kukoc will never be a Giannis,
Luka.
a Luca, or any of these players, bro. For real. Oh, Wimbiana.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I got you.
they're polarizing figures now. And I mean, if you have a jersey, it's cool, but I don't think you're gonna throw on a Wimby jersey, like I said, to go on a date. You might throw a jersey. You actually might throw it on to go to a concert, but that's it, off the court. You're not
Yeah,
just casting a jersey and just thinking you getting fresh, is what I'm saying. And I'm not the fashion police. I'm just keeping it real though. It's not really a thing no more.
yeah, I feel you, man. So let's jump into your friendship with Jeff Teague. One of the best, like I would say, like young talents that came up when I was growing up around that like 2013, 2014 time right there. He gave like a couple, gave the Indiana Pacers that number one seed year a run for their money in the first round. That's kind of where I started getting more familiar with him. But you've known him for a long time. So can you talk a little bit about the backstory of you guys' friendship? Like, how'd you guys first meet?
Yeah, so when Jeff was in high school, we was in high school at the same time. But I used to open up Butler. I had a key. This was like '05 maybe. And I had plugs and ties with Butler. They had their auxiliary gym. And we used to have runs and stuff. And, you know, it was word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have a personal relationship with Jeff, but I knew people who knew him. And we didn't click tight then, but it was like I was familiar with him. So then I started, you know, following this hoop journey and shit. And then later on, when we got a little bit older, grown, I want to say maybe a second year into the league, we connected back and through mutual friends. And then we just built our relationship from there. We built our relationship actually just from talking shit because I was telling him that Shelvin Mack was way better than him. Like, that's how me and him really like got into it, talking shit to each other. And, you know, we've been locked in. That's been my brother ever since.
Oh, that's sick, man. Shelvin Mack, that's a good pull right there. I used to use him in 2K back in the day. He used to have that, he and that pick and pop. He used to hit that three coming off the screen with my big man.
That's my little brother right there, man. Butler was around the corner from my neighborhood.
Wow.
So, yeah, I embraced him when he came to that campus. Like, he stayed with me all the time. So, yeah.
What was it like being in that such like a historic gym, that field house in Butler?
I didn't really understand it because it was just another gym around the corner from us.
Right.
Butler wasn't that big. There was a mid-major program. They always won 20-plus games and always had decent players, but they was never really sending people to the NBA.
Right.
So we didn't really look at them like that. So when Shelvin and them went on their crazy run, we still didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Until it
Yeah.
really hit. Oh, we really got some shit in our backyard. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they went back
Yeah.
in, you know what I'm saying? And then I really knew, I'm like, oh yeah, it's different. You start even seeing like a bunch of money coming into the city and they like revamping that whole area over there from where I'm from. So they got restaurants and stuff over there now. That stuff was never even thought of to being over there. Like frat houses was a thing over there. Like that was the most popular thing on Butler's campus was the frat houses.
If only that Gordon Hayward shot went down in 2010, that half court shot, man.
Dismissive all time.
That was insane. I
Yeah,
was a little too young to watch it. I think I was in like kindergarten or something like that.
yeah,
But
but that game, that tournament run, moved him from not being on a draft board all the way to a lottery pick.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No, I was just telling you, like, that's how low key they was, like, to us. You know what I mean? He was a great player. He won a state championship,
Right.
and hard level back home where we are. But you still didn't think Gordon was going to the NBA. Hell, he played tennis at first. He was like 5'8" and hit like a 7-8 inch growth spurt in like a year. You know what I mean? So he's a late bloomer for sure.
That's insane. We think about like St. John's like that. Like I'm from Queens, so no one really thought like St. John's was like that good before because they weren't that competitive for like 25. I think this was the first like tournament berth or Big East win in like 25 years. Like I live 10 minutes away from St. John's. But now Rick comes and then he turned the whole program around and now they're starting to get that buzz in the area. Like I see like for watch parties for their March Madness games, even the Big East tournament, all these bars and clubs like around my area have like St. John's banners, watch parties. Like it's going
Yeah.
crazy now. So we see the community really starting to embrace them now. So I can connect to you on that point.
Yeah, nah, Rick is a big deal. And that's his crowd though. Those are his people. He's like I'm not gonna say mafia, but the ties in New York make sense for Rick to be a part of that program.
Oh yeah, especially when he pulled up courtside in that all white suit, man. We were like,
Yeah,
damn.
vibes.
We were like, is that the Sopranos, man? Or something like
Right.
that.
Got
Yeah,
the comb over. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out
man.
to Rick. St. John's, you being down the street, that's how far Butler's campus is from where my mother and them stay.
Wow,
Literally.
that's insane.
I used to walk to that campus, bro, every day.
No, I never really thought anything of it before because, like New York, we think of like Syracuse and like those upstate schools, you know what I mean, to be like competitive. We don't really think about something in like our backyard like that. And I have like so much like family members that went to St. John's, friends that went to St. John's. But to see them actually make that run and do what they did this year, even to have like the Big East Player of the Year, RJ Lewis, that was crazy, man.
Fire. He's a hell of a player, too.
Yeah, we were all like really sad to see how they went out, but I know that program will
Yeah.
be back. Like they're here to stay, I think.
He had a bad game. I'm gonna just say that. He had a bad game.
That was the worst game like all season though. Like you can't like it happens. That's what
I'm,
happens to players.
he was probably feeling himself a little too much. But I mean I get it. I get it. Okay.
So where did the nickname B Hen come from? Take me through that.
Well, my name is Brandon Hendricks. So we just took and I think it's lame if you name yourself. But everybody is just easier to just say B Hen. Because everybody's like, oh, Brandon. Then other people like, hey, Hendricks. So whoever, I don't even know who it is. That's so crazy, bro. People just start calling me B Hen out of nowhere. It don't have no legit origin to it. I promise you.
That
Besides my name, Brandon Hendricks. I swear to God, I don't even know who started calling me B Hen first. That's a true story. Like everybody in my city would just call me Brandon or Hendricks, either or. And somebody just, merged the two. So shout out to whoever that was because they made me a household name for sure.
So let's talk about your hooping career, man. Like we talked about all this other stuff, like the fandom aspect growing up in India and all that. But what was it like when you used to take the floor and hoop?
See, I played point guard, but I was always heavy.
Mhm.
So I was able to go in the post. My coaches would put me in the post. Bro, I never took basketball serious, bro. I am a musician at heart.
Oh wow.
Like, dead ass, like, music is number one. Sports is definitely second. I argue with Jeff all the time about basketball and stuff like that. I only mess with basketball just simply because I was just raised in it. All my best friends and stuff were pure athletes, bro. Dead ass. Like, pure athletes. So, I hooped because it was fun. I was decent. I'm not going to say I was just one of the coldest, but I definitely held my own. Like, I'm 6 foot playing fucking power forward, bro. That's not even a real thing for real. So I just played it to get out the way. But yeah, I was always heavier than everybody, and my footwork is better than everybody. So I just, that's why they always make it a joke on the pod. He
Yeah.
a fucking center and da 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 da. Because I really, even when we got grown, when they wanted me to come hoop, I would literally just run to the post and play, bro. I didn't like basketball. I never. Once I seen how hard they had to work when I was in high school, getting up at 5 a.m., running and doing all that, I'm like, man, hell no, I'm not about to do that. Like my freshman year, my best friend David Hager, he literally picked the team.
Wow.
That's how bad. I went to school with George Hill.
Really?
He, so, yeah. So everybody used to just pass George the ball. Nobody else had even no real stats, bro. George averaged like 36 in high school.
That's insane. A lot,
Yeah.
what I find interesting, a lot of guys, like, like casual basketball fans, they think like role players aren't cold. You know what I mean? They think like
Yeah.
role players were like bums back in high school, like, because they're not producing in the league. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that you said George Hill, like would drop like 38 in high school, like, it kind of like
Yeah,
brings that
this
stereotype.
on average.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That-
he act
That's insane.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow, man. No,
Mhm. And
I,
see, he's a glue guy in the NBA. You know what was when he was there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, starting point guard for the Pacers, all those deep playoff runs that used to go on, battles with the Heat.
yep. That was he went to my high school. For sure.
That's insane. What were those pickup runs like?
Insane. Insane. It was more so just making him tough. Like, not even saying me, but like everybody else around him. Like getting him ready for the next level, bro. It was never like that was like one of the only people I know in the city. And I can't speak for everybody else, but I know for us, for sure, with him, it was always whatever we could do to make him better, bro. For real. Like we seen the light before everybody else.
So let's talk about creating Club 520. Whose idea was it? Where did the name come from? Basically, just how did it start in general?
Okay, so DJ had a podcast called That's an Opinion Media. So that's where his name comes from on Instagram because that was our pod's name initially. He started the pod. DJ is a journalist. That's what he went to Butler for. That's where I met DJ actually his freshman year at Butler. But he started the pod, asked me if I wanted to come on and just talk my shit about sports and just everything else that was going on in the world that was had some type of light on it. And once he got his job with the Pacers, we kind of took a break. And then Jeff retired. Well, Jeff came on our show a couple of times. He enjoyed himself. When Jeff retired, he had other opportunities to, link up with other people and former players to start a pod. And he was like, why not we just bring it together? I want to join y'all's. Let's sit down, figure it out. We sat down, figured it out one day. Jeff used to have a club in his basement.
Mhm.
And we just sat down and talked, and we was trying to figure out a name. And I just looked up at the sign. I'm like, bro, we just gonna call it Club 520. We don't really talk about sports anyway. Club 520 was never supposed to be a sports pod. That was supposed to be a raw entertainment pod.
I mean, you guys have a good mix, I think, of everything.
Oh, sure, we talk. Yeah, you know that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying we're really like just overall entertainment. And we just decided after a while just to bring the sports into it. Josh Smith was our first guest.
Mhm.
And we just took it from there. So I tell people all the time, guest is just a bonus for us.
Right.
Like to me, I feel like we probably at our best when we're by ourselves, and that's why we're able to keep content rolling. Like you know what I mean. So it started at his house, and now we hear it, man.
Yeah, like yesterday's episode where he responded to Brandon Jennings and all that. That was
Yeah,
hilarious. I'll get into that a little later, but that was
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. That's what we be on though, man. Just basically it's just barbershop talk. You and your guys, man. You and two of your guys will sit around. Y'all might go to Hooters or whatever, wherever y'all eat, or after practice or whatever, and y'all might just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? I think the good thing about us is I think we say, well, primarily I guess they put it all on me, but I say what the NBA player is thinking or the rapper or that they can't say to the world.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
That controversial one.
yeah. But it's to me, I feel like it's not even controversial. But to the world, you're right. I am controversial, but I'm really probably saying what people are really thinking that they
Right.
just don't feel voicing. You know what I mean? Because people got brands and stuff. So every time we have an athlete or somebody on the show, they come and rap to me like, boy, I wish I could say half the shit you be saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. But Jeff is the one that, you know what I mean? He has the legit sports resume. So Jeff has his moments where he sits and talk about, you know what I mean? Breaking down the game. You know what
Right.
I mean? Game. And then DJ is the best moderator in the world, bro. He really takes this journalism shit serious, and he has a great mix of what Jeff can do and me. You know what I'm saying? So it just all comes together and blends together really well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think you guys work really well together. Like I said, like you're like the controversial one, but everyone needs like that sort of mix. You know what I mean? So everyone complements each other in that way. And also the two, you and DJ also have like that love for the game, especially and knowledge of the game, because you guys have been around it like your whole lives practically. So you can complement whatever Jeff is saying. So that's
Yeah,
why I,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
Nah, for sure, man. It's all fun again.
On the show, you have a really distinct fashion taste, man. You rock the black Air Forces with the white laces. So what's the reason for this fashion move, man?
So this is an RIP to Virgil. You know what I mean? For sure. I've been doing this, bro, legitly since 2002, and it was accidental because I used to hoop in black Air Forces for sure,
Real.
mids. Yeah, but one day my shoestrings, the tips of them, they used to make them pause. They used to make them like they was bullshit. And the only thing I had in my house was some white laces. So I just tied them up. You know what I mean? I went out into my game. I forgot we was playing like John Marshall. I mean, you don't know what that school is, but I'm in middle school. And I just tied them up, and laced them up. I'm like, damn, I get to looking. We warming up. I'm like, damn, this is damn near all right. And this is mid top with the strap forces. So then on, I just started putting them as I grew up. Of course, I always kept it all black for the most part, but sometimes I would, do my low tops with white laces. So when I got on the show, this is why it's super accidental, because when we joined the volume, they like, we're going to start recording twice a week. And I'm like, boy, I'm not about to keep buying no outfits for this shit. Like, I wasn't trying to make this like, oh, I'm about to show the world some black forces with some white laces. That was never my thing. My whole intent was I'm about to just wear all black because I'm not about to keep buying outfits. So at first, people hated it. People used to talk about me so bad, bro. It was crazy, but I never cared. But people talked about me so bad, and then I don't know what happened. It just caught on, bro, and I landed my own shoelace line with off white and the shoelace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I first saw that, like I didn't know the whole backstory. I think it was on one of you guys' first episodes a couple years
Mm-hmm.
ago. And like, in New York, we have like a stereotype kind of like a guy like wore like all black forces, like he did time, like he's a hack in the gym, like all them LA fitness hoopers, man, they be
Yeah.
wearing those things. So that's what came to mind. But that's an amazing backstory, man.
I mean, that's how it happened. All this is just for real, organic, accidental. I never used to talk about them. That's the craziest part. I never even used to talk about them. And people are like, man, why does he keep wearing these black forces with these white laces? Tell him to take that shit off, blah, blah, blah. But I just kept doing. I didn't care I still don't care what nobody say. But I really didn't, because I'm like, boy, I'm not about to keep buying no outfit and trying to switch up shoes and trying to be cute on camera. Ain't nobody doing all that. We here to talk sports and shit, and that's what I'm coming to do when I'm going home. So yeah,
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's like your own thing. That's the thing that like distinguishes you from the pack. Like I remember when I was in middle school, I used to wear like bright sneakers and like bright socks. I used to wear like
yeah.
those Candy Rain Curries, those like Curry One Candy Rain.
Oh boy, you wore the Currys?
Yeah, I mean that was like 2016. So my friend actually, one of my best friends actually got them for me for my birthday. And I used to wear them like AAU terms. I used to wear like pink
Okay,
socks, like pink Nike socks with them to
you
make
was a
like
nigga.
everything stand out.
Sure.
Buckets too. Don't get me wrong. Like I was no scrub out there, man. I
Now,
buckets in them.
what position you play?
I'm like a wing. So I'm like right now in college, I'm like a 3-4, but like he can also like depending on the line move me to the 2 if you want to go big. Cause I'm like 6'5", so I can like defend like
Oh,
1 through 4. Yeah.
okay. Oh yeah. Okay. 6'5", boy. If I was 6'5", boy, they'd be in trouble. Honestly, I would have took basketball serious. I ain't gonna lie. I was around it that much, bro.
That's
If I
insane.
was 6'5", I feel like I had a chance.
Oh man, were you a hack though? You used to wear the black forces, man.
Bro, I never fouled. I'm nobody ever like what they say about me. Can't hoop down. Nobody would ever say I was a foul, bro. I was a pass first. Used to just get buckets in the paint, bro. I was Zebo for real. No athleticism.
Dang.
For real, bro. I used to just get buckets in the paint. It doesn't matter what size though. You 6'5", 6'4", 6'8", 5'10", whatever. I was
And
a
that
problem.
work.
Yeah, boxing out all that, bro. I did all that, bro. Swear.
It seemed like you're a big fan of Zach Randolph because when you guys were talking about who the best player in Grizzlies franchise history was, you didn't say Marc Gasol or Mike Conley. You said Zebo, man.
Yeah, I feel like it's Zebo, bro. Just I don't know. I mean, of course, John Morant probably gonna steal that because he's such a dynamic player. But Zebo, man, just because he relates to me so much, bro. He's just 6'7", same type of game. Can't jump over a credit card, but effective. You can't stop him. Mid-range killer, you know what I mean? Knack around the rim is crazy, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm rolling with Zebo for all-time Grizzlies player.
He used to give the Thunder problems in the playoffs. I remember they used to go like 7 games or so, like with that Russell Westbrook and KD squad over there, man.
Yeah, bro, because he's such a mismatch problem. It's
Mhm.
kind of hard guarding somebody who is strong and unorthodox like him. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course. So, what was your favorite Club 520 episode?
Uh, Probably the first time we did PJ Sucker. That was a dope
That's my
episode.
favorite one too.
Yeah, we had a good time on there, man. Shout out to PJ. He's one of the first people to actually come on and, you know what I mean, bless us. It's part 2 on the way for sure.
Oh, we need that, man. The funniest story, I feel like, aside from the LeBron story, all the LeBron stories that you guys talk about are hilarious because us, like, a lot of us really don't get that like inside scoop. And now towards the end of LeBron's career, we're starting to get like that inside scoop, what it was like playing against him, like all the that he would get into. But the funniest story was the Lance Stephenson story, man.
Man, Lance is a fool for that. That was actually battle of the demons. We was going to all them playoff games too out here, man. The Pacers really was turned up with Roy Hibbert, David West. I'm not a Pacers fan, but when they had Paul George, and Paul George was like taking that next step of being a leader. Yeah, LeBron was the only reason why they didn't move forward, but that was definitely the best team in the East back then. And Lance was that X factor for us, that dog that we didn't have on the team that used to, ruffle everybody feathers. So that's an iconic NBA moment for sure.
Yeah, I'm talking about when what do you call it? Like he hit they were playing the Raptors and he took like that last second layup. You know?
Oh, you talking about that? I thought you was talking about when he blew in LeBron ear.
Oh no, I was that's an iconic moment too. But I'm
That,
saying for that episode, you guys talked
oh,
about
you talking about? Oh,
that.
my bad. My mind was talking about Lance. We always bring that up, but no, 100%. He's fried for that. That's that New York shit right there. When
Yeah,
he shot,
Brooklyn.
I wanted to kick his ass, bro. Damn, I just forgot about that fast. You're right. That's funny.
Jeff said we just had Ciroc together, man.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. That's funny. Yeah, you are really tapped in for sure.
Nah, man. And then he went on to talk about how him and PJ rolled up in Houston and like he had like a Porsche pull up and he was like, hell no, we're going to the club, man. He had like the suitcase in the front seat and he was like, that was down bad.
Yep. That boy, he'd have been a part of a lot of shit, man. It's just funny because people, since I've known him, he always been this open book. But to see the world, like, oh my God, you really didn't talk to nobody in the NBA. Even people that come on that he played with and knew just around the league, like, boy, this boy is a fool. We need all this talking, you know what I mean? Besides people that genuinely knew him for real. So he saved his second stint of his career. Is perfectly set up for him now.
Let's talk about the controversy that's been going on, man. Brandon Jennings, he's calling out the entire 2009 draft class. And what is your thoughts and reactions to retired players also playing ones now?
I love that. Actually, they probably should make it part of the NBA All-Star weekend. But Brandon Jennings, they trying to get some content, man. I get it. Jeff got a hot name. It's even people that ain't even spoke on trying to hop in that and make some extra money. I understand it, but it's getting a little crazy. I just say that it's a little crazy. But I love the content behind it though. It's all good vibes though, but I just don't think it's gonna turn out well if you get if you're playing for like $1 million or something, like, and somebody really need that money, it might get a little chippy. That's when it might get a little different. So that's the only thing that kind of scares me about playing for the money. You know what I mean? Because somebody who really might need it might do something to hurt somebody to, you know what I mean, try to lock in that bag.
Right. I totally
But
agree.
it's all positive though. It's all positive.
I think it's really like entertaining for us fans as well. Like
Yeah.
you see when like Marcus Thornton made like a video and he was like who's that and all that stuff. I thought that was like we thought that was hilarious. Like I think the whole thing is hilarious. But I also think it is good for the game because like guys like us, like we want to see like these guys are like pure hoopers, you know what I mean? Like they go out there that like roll the ball out and get a bucket. So nowadays, aside from like the big three, because the big three was kind of where we got to see like those retired players go head to head. but now we're kind of seeing them go head to head, like from their own like podcast brands, and then they play for money at the end of the day. Like us fans, I think we're all getting like a big treat, aside from like how good the NBA is right now as well.
Nah, for sure, man, for sure. Hopefully, once they get it all figured out and get the locations going, hopefully it's all peaceful and just fun and games.
Who do you got, Michael Beasley or Lance in that game?
I got Beasley, but Lance ain't no slouch, man. He's just as strong, just as effective. I just think Michael Beasley's one-on-one game is a little bit more solid than Lance's.
Oh yeah, those Kansas State highlights, man, back in the day. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
walking 2010.
I gotta go with Lance though. I gotta represent. He's got to represent us from over here, man.
Yeah, we know. I understand. New York ties. I get it. But that's gonna be a different dog fight, boy. Woo!
I'm tapped into that 100% for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about New York Hoopers and Indiana Hoopers. Give me your all-time starting five, and let's go my five against your five.
From Indiana?
Yeah, you go Indiana, I'll go New York.
I'll go Mike at the 1, Jeff at the 2. Mike at the 1, Jeff at the 2, Josh McRoberts at 3.
That's a good pull.
At the 4, Greg Oden at the 5. And I got Etwan Moore off my bench. And Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon too. I got 7 for you.
Dang. Are you gonna let me claim Michael Jordan or no?
You can claim it. Hey, Sean Kipp is coming off my bench too.
Oh yeah. Nah, wait. Michael Jordan don't claim New York like that. He
don't. Yeah, he don't. Well, get him. Go get him.
No. I can't claim Michael Jordan. Let's go. I'll go. Kenny Anderson. I'll go at my 1.
Fire.
I'll go Stephon Marbury at my 2. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Carmelo, 3.
I give
3
you
Melo, man.
He really Baltimore. I got you though. Respect.
But he said when he came back to the Knicks, he's like, I'm coming home.
Okay. You got it. Go ahead.
Yeah. At my 4, that's where it gets dicey, man. Oh, Meta World Peace, man. I played Riverside Hawks too. Meta World Peace, man. And then I got Kareem at my 5.
That's solid. You got Odom. You got Lamar Odom on your bench too. I'll give you a bench.
Lamar Odom. And then let me get another guard there.
Kemba Walker. Take Kemba.
Nah, he's Connecticut though, man. I can't take that.
I
Mark Jackson. Give me Mark Jackson.
Kemba's from New York.
Nah, is Kemba from New York? Is
he?
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know Kemba Walker's from New York.
Yeah, he went to school at UConn from New York.
All right, I'll take Kemba then.
Okay.
Who's winning that? How do you not take Larry Bird? Wait.
I mean, I could take Larry the Legend. I was trying to give you, because we got so many, I was trying to give you a look. You know what I mean?
Hey, you're trying to take it easy on me?
Trying to take it easy because I knew it was going to be spooky at you from small forward down. So I try to.
Not Melo, though. Melo can hold his own.
Yeah, but Melo, see, I got real Indiana players, bro.
But Melo is a real New York player.
Melo is Baltimore, bro.
Bro, what? Melo's whole family and stuff is based in New York. Like his son goes Lehigh.
I got in Harlem, bro, but I'm from Indiana, bro.
So
Kai, New York through and through.
But Melo claims New York.
Kai in as your guard, man, as your point guard. Man.
I see you, man. So since it's March, it's one of the best times for us sports fans. March Madness. You talk a little bit about what your picks are for March Madness going forward.
I'm gonna just get it straight to it. Duke all the way. Cooper Flag. Me and Jeff got into a crazy, heated debate about this early on in the season before it even started. Cooper Flag. Shout out to all the Cinderella teams, but Duke, come on, man. They gotta win it. And shout out, but one of my sleeper teams is my boy Jaden Atkins. Y'all tap in with Michigan State. I like them too. But yeah, Duke all the way, bro.
Oh,
It's just
Auburn?
that Duke is going to beat the hell capital
But
HE out of everybody. They're gonna beat them by 20, the next person by 20, and then the championship by 20.
you don't think Auburn's gonna win the national championship?
Oh,
They got the National Player of the Year, Broom.
why do I think that? Their guard is dynamic too. Thad, I like him. Thad, whatever his name is, number 0.
Todd Pettiford.
Todd Pettiford.
Yeah.
I love him. I guess the H is silent in his name. But
Yeah.
yeah, I rock with him. But yeah, man, it's Duke all the way.
Damn, man. I don't
Too
know.
deep.
I think Auburn, man. Like when them two played, they played at Duke and Auburn only lost by 2 because that's like the hardest place to play in college basketball, Cameron. That's what
I mean, fine. If Auburn happens to match up with Duke, like on some, I don't know. I don't know. I just have to see if Auburn beats Duke. I'll send you a free pair of shoes, man.
Let's go, man. I'll take those black forces with the white laces. I'll rock them too to class.
They come with the strings too, bro. I got you.
So what are your so since we're on the topic of college basketball and college sports, what are your thoughts on NIL and how do you think the college game has changed because of it?
My thoughts on the NIL is the gift is these kids are finally getting paid for their name and image and likeness. The downside of it is the transfer portal and kids going places based on who's paying them more.
Right.
I don't like that part. And then to me, it takes the work ethic out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't appreciate that part of it. But outside of everything else, though, bro, it's a benefit. It's a gift and a curse. It's just a curse for those kids who pick a school based off money and they don't have a great year. And now you got to settle with the fact that, damn, I can't make this type of money. I might hurt my draft stock too. Like, it's just a lot going on, man. But the only benefit about it is kids are finally getting paid. But it's a lot of downsides to it. I'm not a big fan.
Oh man. I think it's a good idea that these athletes actually are getting paid because you have like a lot of fans and all these schools making millions of dollars off of them. Like a famous
Right.
story is the Johnny Manziel story that we see when he was like doing all like those illegal like autograph signings and he would pass by like the team shop and number 2 jersey flying off the shelves and he's like, "Where's my pay?" and all that.
Right.
Yeah, but I do think it is making college sports more into like a business, like a pro league as well. As well, you have like 7 years of eligibility now since JUCO doesn't count now. So I do think it has, as you said, negative and positive impacts as well.
Man, I just hate to see the kids that only pick a school based off of the money.
Right.
Because what about the love of the game? What got you here? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough for me.
I totally agree. So what are your NBA championship picks moving on later on to the NBA playoffs?
What I want to see happen, OKC versus the Celtics. What's probably going to happen is going to be the Nuggets versus the Celtics. That's what's probably going to happen, bro.
Man, you don't have faith in the Lakers? The king, man.
I know him and Luka is special, bro, but I don't know. I can't see them getting past Jokic. Jamal Murray been kicking ass, man, on this last leg of the season. So I don't know. I think they're just gonna gel better. And I think they say Joker is injured, but I think they're just sitting him, letting him rest because they know this playoffs is about to get serious.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really interesting NBA playoffs if I say so myself.
Yeah.
So, what would you say your favorite NBA performance of all time is?
Melo scoring 50 at the Garden with no threes.
All against Miami?
Yeah.
That was insane. I remember watching that live. LeBron and Wade sat too to show a little disrespect.
Yeah. That was special. That was special for sure. All tools. 50 ball unheard of.
I gotta go with the famous Game 6 in Boston, LeBron James.
When he had on that tiger face, huh?
Yeah, the mean mug. The bus was it took them like 45 minutes to get to the arena and all that. That's what I gotta go with. I remember watching that game too. And me and my mom were going
Now
crazy.
I got a question for you. What's your greatest basketball moment in your career?
My career. I would say either when I got my first dunk in the game, that was in Las Vegas, and I had just dapped up DeMar DeRozan because he was watching like another team on the other side. So I ran over, dapped up DeMar, and I felt lit, and I was like dunking hella and like warm ups. So we come out the gates. I get the rebound, throw an outlet pass. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I'm like sprint, sprint, sprint. I was in like 10th. Like 10th grade at the time. Threw me a bounce pass. Caught one and threw it. That I would say, or mm, or I'd say making my college team like this season and finally getting that roster spot because I worked like really hard for it my whole life, especially like last year the way things ended. Like I had to redshirt and coach didn't give me a spot, so it was like a whole year
Yeah.
dedication, like putting all this work in, waking up like 4:30 to go lift in Brooklyn, all that stuff, like just a whole year of grinding basically, and it came to a head. And so I would say finally getting to put on a college jersey. Aside from that.
That's fire, man. That's fire. You enjoying the college experience?
Oh, I love it, man. It's amazing. Like to be a part of a team like that and to like kind of like embrace the culture as well.
Yeah.
Like we have a really good culture, I would say, at our school, and like we all represent it really well. And to be a part of that brotherhood, it's something else. Like last year, I wasn't playing, so I kind of felt like the outsider. But now I'm like in it, and all the guys always see me. I'm in the gym all the time, even when I wasn't playing or anything like that. Like I was there putting in work to like keep up with them. You know what I mean? So just to be a part of that and get to embrace that, and also go to like the parties and all that stuff, as you know, man, I enjoy myself at the same time.
Nah, that's dope, man. I wish I was able to get that. That's one thing I do regret in my life, not getting that college experience. I just wanted to get some money.
I
I
feel
was,
you, man.
yeah.
So, what are your future aspirations for your career?
I plan on like leveraging this podcast and stuff just to because I throw dinner parties already once a month. It's called the Hendrix Experience. It's just where I bring my city together and everybody just come eat. It's like a day party, but it's just a little bit more. It's just a little bit more lit, I would say.
That's
But
fire.
using that to like learn like about the restaurant industry. So hopefully, like that's my biggest dream to have my own steakhouse in my city.
That's fire, man. Well, B
Yeah,
Hen, man, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity today. I really appreciate it. And good luck with everything going forward, my guy.
for sure, man. And we let's catch up and run another one, man, at the end of the season, man.
Of course, of course. I'll look
We'll
forward.
wrap up the NBA and your college season. I
All right.
got it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Gen Z Hoops. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on Instagram, LinkedIn, and all major social media platforms at Gen Z Hoops. You can tune in and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and every other podcast platform on the planet. Get ready for the next episode.